I felt like at the conference meet we competed hard in the middle and we finished pretty good, but we weren't aggressive at all in the first mile, and that's something we can change. That's the good thing. If you fall apart in the last mile, a lot of times that's fitness issues, but when you don't do what you're supposed to on the first mile, that's just something mentally you weren't ready to go on the day. So we've focused a lot in the last 10 days just really on that mental aspect of we need to get out, be aggressive, and be where we want to be in the beginning and not leave it too late.
Well, I think the biggest shift in focus is that it is the last race, and so it's you can't leave anything out really. It's you don't have another chance to improve or do better. It's you got to do it all in that one race and do what you set out to achieve at the start of the season.
Definitely been a journey. The beginning of the season, I got a hamstring injury and missed the first meet, and then after that, I was struggling to get used to the difference from racing 5Ks in high school versus an 8K in college. So after I got used to that, in the past 2 meets, I've been able to race a lot better than I did at the start of the season.
If you look at the meets where we've had good competitions and the ones where maybe we haven't performed as well, the ones we haven't performed very well, we've gone out there individually from the get-go and we're running as solo runners. And the ones we've done well, we've gone out there and run in packs, and we've stayed in the packs until pretty late in the race. And that's something we do every day in practice, so it's really unexcusable for us not to go out there this Friday and kind of go with the plan of going out there in groups and just racing as hard as we can from the gun.
I think the biggest goal is to just run as hard as I can. It's for the team. Got to do it and just do as best as I can personally. My season hasn't been what I wanted it to be, and so I would like to still end on a high and then just go from there.
There's probably 2 leaders on the team that's helped me a lot. Definitely my older brother Jonah. He's always been a big leader for me, and so I've always been able to look up to him. But also Mike Sees, he is just a senior. I respect him a lot. I always respect his opinion, and he can help me in ways that Jonah can't, where Jonah is more used to me and is fine with me being in my own groove. Mike will try and get me out of that, get me to push myself a little more, and that's been really helpful.
I think everybody's worked really hard as a team this year. Our top 5 is a pretty solid group, and I'm really impressed with how freshman Casey has really stepped up to the mark to be in that top 5. And then you have Megan and Audra and Lauren, and we've all worked really hard together, and it's definitely helped.
Yeah, I think on the women's side, Audra's always been our leader there. She had a bit of a rough summer with training, but she's coming around nicely. And, Lauren Hamilton's really stepped up to kind of lead us in pretty much every race that she's run in. So I think Lauren and Audra there have done a good job. And on the men's side, Jonah has kind of been the guy who's had to take that leadership role this year, and he's done a real good job with that. It's the last chance, and if we don't have our best race as individuals and our best race as a team, it'll be our last race of the year. So it's pretty simple. You got to be willing to go from the gun and just race as hard as you can, harder than we have all year.